Welcome back to the PWC channel, and it is finally time for the first weekly recap. I know I promised that this should air last week, but has been just too much effort and I did not manage to finish it last week, so I'm gonna do this week. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over some of the matches of each division and just talk a little bit about what happened and how this affects standings for the league. And I'm going to start with Typhlosion League, and then we're going to work our way across the leagues all the way up to the Wi-Fi League. All right. In Typhlosion League, we had week 1, just going over it quickly. Ronin Sting starts off with a win over Karakasa. Lucky crit helping out there, but yeah, still a solid win. Mayo had a good start against our replacement coach, Zayed. Was a close match, but very decisive. Then we had Girahim with the big Keldeo sweep over Nico. Then we had Infinite R beating Drew in a tough match. Tylenol making a very strong debut against Tark, who did not get off to a good start. Then we had our reigning champ, Galaria, who lost to yours truly in a very close match. And yeah, Moonlight had a rough return to the PWC. Just got steamrolled a little bit by Prof there. Not much going for him in that match. All right, and this brings us to week 2, where we had Drew, after his loss, going up against Nico, who had also started off with a loss. And this match, let me tell you guys, that was a crazy long match. It was like, I don't know, at least 80 turns, I think, something crazy like that. It was very long. And Drew had at one point a very crucial Draco miss, like Nico's Cyclosar Mr. Draco Meteor. And yeah, that I don't know if that really decided the match, but it for sure was a huge blow to Nico's chances in that one. And yeah, Drew came out on top. Drew now at 1-1, back into the season. Whereas Nico is now a little bit down for now with 0-2 and a very bad differential after his 6-0 loss in week 1. Then we had the second match. The second match was Girahim versus yours truly again. And yeah, that was, I don't know what to say. It was a good match on my side. Things went well for me. Like, I didn't miss any moves. Got off a hugely important toxic turn 1, which didn't miss, luckily. And yeah, from there it was just, yeah, everything went well. Got a Tapu Fini mini sweep in the middle game there. And yeah, was a nice match. And Girahim still at a good record, 1-1 with +3 differential. But we have Tylenol here getting his second 4-0 win in his second week, this time against Moonlight, who had a terrible start to the season. I think that's not overstated at this point. Like, he got steamrolled by Prof week 1 and now had another sizable loss to Tylenol. And yeah, Moonlight just returning from his long hiatus. He didn't play any Gen 9 up to this point, and I think it shows a little bit. Yeah, and he will have to get his wits about him quickly, because this league does not, doesn't allow for any mistakes. Then we had the next match, which is Mayo again against Infinite R. And this time, Mayo, in another close match, he lost the match. And this one was very exciting because Mayo brought not the usual strat you would expect from him, with his signature Arctozolt and his Hail Core in Ninetales, Alola, and Slowking. He did, in fact, not even bring the Slush Rush Arctozolt. Instead, he brought a Trick Room variant with it. So he had a Trick Room Slowking with Teleport, which is a very cool thing you don't see every day. Not sure if it is like objectively that viable compared to, but maybe I think he had some reasoning for it, like Infinite had many good Scarfers, something like that. So yeah, I guess it was probably a good idea. And it definitely worked out in the match as well. But yeah, in the late game where it was pretty much 50-50, Infinite made some better decisions or got some predictions right. And yeah, that made the difference there. It was a very fun match. It's on Mayo's channel. If you guys want to check it out, I can only recommend it. It was a fun little match there. Then we got Caracasa against our reigning champ Galaria. And again, the streak of bad luck for Caracasa this season does not end here, does not end in week 1, where he lost his win con to a critical hit, and this time the match got turned on its head hugely. Like, Caracasa had such a strong start. He was in the lead big time, trying to recall how that went. I think he got a kill with Aegislash turn 1 against Crawdont with close combat, something like that, and had a huge lead. And then the match got turned around by Nasty Plot Crobat for Gailaria. And the reason for it was that after Crobat got its first kill, Caracasa went into Scarf Azelf and clicked Zen Headbutt, and he missed the Zen Headbutt. And that meant that Crobat, which in return knocked out the Azelf with Dark Pulse, got like 3 kills total, something crazy like that, and completely turned the match around in Gailaria's favor. Caracasa still wasn't out of it. It was still close in the end. He could have still won it, probably, even in my opinion. But yeah, it didn't quite work out for him, and he took his second loss on week 2, whereas Galaria is now back on track with 1-1, and I think even a +1 differential, making him like the 4th or 5th seed at this point, so not even that bad of a start. Then we had the next match, which has Zayed returning from Season 6 against Tark, our last season's finalist, who took the big loss week 1 against Tylenol. But he managed to turn his fate around in his favor on week 2. Didn't see the match. Want to check it out? Let's check it out. Didn't see it yet. But yeah, Tark is now also at 1-1. Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry, guys. I hope. I'm just gonna mute that for the video probably. Anyway, yeah, so Zayed has got a pretty bulky team for the most part. He's got a scary signature and a speedy mon in Zero Aura, but apart from that, it's mostly bulk for him. And he took the early lead apparently, which is interesting. And then we have the, oh my god, this is horrible. Tark brings it back with Parahex by his nightmarish signature. He also brought Silvally Ground, which gets the kill on Gudra here. Then we have the scary signature for Zayed, which is just a nightmare to switch into. Like, nothing really did. Oh, and Iron Thorns makes a comeback as well. That was so huge for Tark last season. It looks like it even got some kills here as well. 2 kills is what I counted. Yeah, and it looks like the Paras definitely played a big role in this one. And Dadan's bars putting in the work. Wow, what a great ending. GG's, that was, yeah, it was nice to make Dadan's bars work like this. Congrats to Tark for evening out the score for himself. And the last match, we had 2 week 1 winners facing off. Begon Thought Cricketer, aka Prof, against Ronan Sting and the Flanders Flygons LGBT Pride team. And Prof came out on top in that one. I didn't really see the match. Let's check it out as well. Why not? Oh, Jesus, Prof. And once again, don't expect me to turn off the music before the match, but yeah. Prof has terrible signature. Did I ever mention that? He does. Oh, he's got Thunder Wave on Reuniclus apparently. Interesting. Seems like a pretty slow-paced match at the beginning here. What did Prof think running this thing as the signature? Still don't quite get it. I like Ronan Sting's signature. It's something different a little bit. Terra Ground. Oh, misses an overheat here. That was pretty big. He lost his complete Rotom to an overheat miss here. Wow, that was very unlucky for Ronan. Oh, geez, he's in a big deficit now. He's still got the Tangrowth for this thing, as well as the Reuniclus. And yeah, that should be... Oh, he tried to sleep powder it. Got it on the second try, and then kills it off with Moltres. GG, yeah. That overheat miss, obviously it's hard to tell how much of a difference it made in this quick replay run, but definitely unlucky for Ronan's thing there. All right, going over to the standings and see what it means. This means that Begon Thought Cricketot, after his huge week 1 win, is now in the lead after week 2, and followed by Tylenol, which is cool to see. Tylenol, who made his debut in Season 6 Beginners League, and now he's in Division 1 and definitely making huge waves at the start here. Then we got myself and Infinite on the shared third spot with 2-0 plus 5, followed by Girahim, who still got his 1-1 record, but has a good differential due to his week 1 huge win. But yeah, at this point of the season, the standings still don't really mean that much. Like, even Moonlight is still very much in the running, but he definitely has some ground to make up due to his bad differential now. Same goes for Nico. But yeah, no one's really out of it. But I can see that you probably don't want to be in Caracas's shoes, for example, who definitely shouldn't have been at 0-2, especially not after the match against Skyladia. All right. Yeah, this concludes the week 1 for Typhlosion League. Going over to Dartrix. Yeah, Dartrix, it's shaping up to be very much what we expected. It's shaping up to be a very highly contested league, because we've got many strong newcomers in there, and standing out, we have 3 people I've noticed. Number 1, we have Jam, who's playing like I'm borderline regretting not putting him into Typhlosion League. He didn't apply for it, but had we known how strong he is, we would have definitely considered it. Like, his weeks 1 and 2 definitely were very, very strong performances. You can see the 5-0 here on week 1 against Sailor V. And then on week 2, he managed to take out Nick, who went down from Typhlosion League last season. So yeah, you can definitely tell that he's going to be strong. Second, very good newcomer, Smoliv Garden, aka the scary Smoliv. Wow. On week 1 against Leighton, huge win. Leighton was so ambitious, or is so ambitious still this season, and wanted even to take a spot in Typhlosion League at one point. But yeah, Smoliv Garden definitely huge week 1. He played amazing as well against Leighton. Like, I'm not going to show the entire match now, but he played really well. And week 2, he got the 6-0 win over D Prince Aldo. And D Prince Aldo got a week 1 win himself against SMO. And SMO is not a bad player. So yeah, you can definitely tell that Scary Smoliv, I think, is probably the biggest surprise to me out of all the people. Like, I didn't know him at all, and he's very, very strong. Then we've got the third big newcomer who's making huge waves at the start of the season here, and these are the Ferrari Rapidash, aka Leonard. And yeah, this is a just huge week 1 win, or I shouldn't say huge, I mean decent week 1 win against the Distortion World Doofs here. But the week 2 win against, what's this? This is Red X, right? Yeah, this week 2 game, what a roller coaster that was. Let's watch it. Like, he was about to lose it for sure, and turned it around in the late stages of the match. Like, Red X played amazing in the early stages here. He got the better. He even had a Giga Train muck. Didn't really wasn't really useful against the Gastrodon, to be honest, because it still didn't do any damage, even being 4 times effective. But yeah, I guess got some lucky crits and poison touch poisons there as well, and went to war with this Gastrodon. I think Gastrodon spent all its PPs on recover there, yeah, and then just went down for nothing. And yeah, this mug was huge. Just look at it, like soloing 2 huge mons for Red X there, and then he even misses the Thunder on the Mug, and it takes a 3rd kill, even puts down the Metagross. So it basically, like, single-handedly took 2/3 of Leonard's team out. And at this deficit, in comes the Dhelmise, and then watch what happens. He's Sword Stance, Rapid Spin Dhelmise. And for some godforsaken reason, after playing so amazing for the entire match, Red X just, for no reason, he decides to stay in with this Ferrothorn indefinitely, just letting this Dhelmise set up for infinity. And now it's at +4 and +4 speed, or +3.5, doesn't matter. Same thing. It's faster than anything Red X has left for no reason. He had the Dragonite there. Like, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm missing something, but yeah, and Dhelmise just cleans up the match after being at such a huge deficit. Yeah, I wonder, he clicked Earthquake with Dragonite against the Dhelmise here. Maybe he didn't have anything to hit it with, and he was just lost. That's also possible. But that's done, in that case, that's just bad prep. Like, because the Mug, I guess, and Mug had knockoff, but yeah. He just lost to Dhelmise, and that was a huge roller coaster. Leonard with the 3-0 win. Huge comeback there. Amazing match. And yeah, let's just go over it from top to bottom with the rest. Then we have Froggerman, who lost in week 1 against Red X, who we just saw was a good player for most of the match at least. And on week 2, he took another quite big loss against Yasha Indigo. And Yasha Indigo is not a bad player, definitely not, so it's no shame losing to him. But he himself took a loss to Gil week 1. Then on the next match, we got the New York NATO. I think that's Blackout EDC, who took a loss to Leighton. Leighton making the comeback after his week 1 loss, winning 4-0 this time, so he's also at 1-1 ±0 now. Whereas Blackout EDC is now at 2 losses, I think. Lost to Kurupt week 1. And yeah, speaking of Kurupt, after his week 1 win against Blackout EDC in a nice match, even got a kill with Slacking, which was cool. He lost to that's Panda of Redness with the distortion word Doofs, and that was a huge win for Panda of Redness. Did not see the match yet. I just gonna do that now. Got Kurupt with Silvally Fairy, interesting. But that's not going to do much against Amoonguss, obviously. Amoonguss named Sauerkraut, interesting. I wonder if Panda of Redness is German. Not sure. Alright, what's happening here? Kurupt was trying to take on Garchomp with his Zeraora. Not sure if that's a wise idea. Oh, and we've got Terra Steel, Calm Mind, Hooper. Yeah, that's gonna be the end of Kurupt there. Wow. Yeah, signature behind the screen as well. Yeah, that's really hard to take down. Yeah, and Kurupt, looking at it, he was really weak to it, to Steel type, with his Silvally, Latios, Swallow, even his Cavalier not being able to do too much to it. And Kurupt, ever so classy, hits him with the well played, and that was indeed well prepped at the very least. Then we have Gil after coming down from Typhlosion League. He's not been, like, he doesn't have an easy schedule playing Yasha Indigo week 1, which is tough. Then he had, who did he have? Galactic Empire week 2. Both tough matches, but he both times came out on top in them and is now at 2-0 after 2 weeks. Then we got SMO with the very surprising bad start. He lost to Sailor V week 2 after Sailor V himself had a huge loss to Jam week 1. Sailor V has a very interesting team with like 8 million psychic types. That's a concept I don't quite understand, but yeah, definitely worked out week 2, and I hope SMO is gonna find his footing soon in this season. he seems quite busy, so I don't know how much time he has to prep. Possibly that might be a reason why he's not doing so hot yet. But we shall see. Then we already talked about the Smoliv Garden. For the Prince Aldo, he had a very good win on week 1 against SMO as well. But yeah, this week 2 did not go to plan for him. He just got completely steamrolled by the scary Smoliv there. And last but certainly not least, we do have Nick, our hero coming down from Typhlosion League. He won his week 1 in a huge match. It was match of the week in week 1 against Galactic Empire, where he turned it around with a miracle comeback by, what's the item called? I always forget. Throat Spray, Zoroark Hisui with Hyper Voice. That was quite nice. The game already seemed lost. And then he did indeed lose to Jam on week 2, which, as I said, there's no shame in losing to Jam. So chin up, Nick. It's gonna be all upstairs from here, I'm sure. Oh yeah, and then we got Galactic Empire. I didn't talk about him. Like, yeah, he just had a really tough opening schedule, just playing Gil and Nick, the 2 Typhlosion coaches, on weeks 1 and 2. Loses narrowly both times, so I'm expecting him to turn his ship around in the coming weeks. We are gonna look forward to that. And those were your matches for Dartrix League, and this gives us the following standings. We have some week 3 matches in there already. Leonard and Gil both managed to win theirs, and that means that they are gonna take the lead for now. But these 2 guys, Smoliv and Jam, both have the opportunity to catch up to them and even overtake them with a win, which will be interesting to see. Yeah, I think this is my favorite division so far, because it's really hard to tell who's gonna win this. Like, of these 4, like these 4 are the favorites right now, obviously, but I think they really stand out each in their own way, and I can't really tell who's gonna win it. Like, it's so exciting. I want to see these 4 clash eventually. And yeah, we have the guys behind them. Definitely no slouches. Leighton, ambitious young Leighton, trying to make his way to Typhlosion League. Panda of Redness I'm very interested in, as well as Kurupt, obviously, and Sailor V with the unusual team. Yeah, it's going to be exciting for sure. All right, that's all we got on Dartrix League for now. Moving over to the Oshawott. And in Oshawott, I'm going to start with week 1. I'm so happy. All right, let's go from the top. And the top means we are going with Attila. Attila week 1, getting a win against Tails DK. And yeah, I'm just happy to have Attila back and that he got a win on week 1, which is huge for him. But on week 2, unfortunately, it didn't go quite as well for Attila, for our hero here. He lost to the Tokyo City Esperion, and once again, I think I had trouble remembering who that is, like a million times already. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have to check again. For some reason, random reasons, there are some people that Rich Crackers, right. I wonder if I'm ever gonna get that name down. Crazy. Anyways, yeah, lost to Rich Crackers, and looking at Rich Crackers, Rich the Crackers, he lost to the star of the show so far on week 1. I'm gonna come to that later. But yeah, let's just go over week 2 for now. All right. Yeah, week 2 we had Harmony in the first match. Harmony had a really strong start, already won his week 1 against Blind Bandits in a 3-0 win, and now even defeating Jactus, which is no easy feat, as we shall see later. And yeah, that means that for now he is on top of the standings, shared with some other guys. And speaking of Jactus, our returning champion from Season 5, he also won his week 1 in a very close match against the Oklahoma City Thunderous, which I believe that's JT. And yeah, on week 2, lost to Harmony, close match, but no luck. Then we got the next match here, which is Shion, after our coach who has been in the league all the way from season 1. The only season he missed is season 7, and now he's back for season 8. His week 1 was a little bit chaotic against Starvin Pick there. He lost 3-0 in a match that was pretty wild, to be honest. I watched it. Could have gone either way in the beginning, but in the end, Starvin Pick came out on top. And yeah, this week he won against How and the Mighty Mousehold. With it seems like he's determined to run belly drum Charizard every week for no reason. It worked out for him this week. Got him 1 kill at least. And yeah, he just completely steamrolled How in the end with Gengar, choice specs Gengar. Mighty Mousehold lost his Giraffaric of all things as the counter for Shadow Ball, and then Shion just locked himself into Shadow Ball, and that was all she wrote pretty much for his week 2 win. Yeah, How had a very good week 1, other than Shion, who did not have a good week 1. How definitely did. He won against Bonger 27 convincingly 4-0. Yeah, but now took the loss to Shion, so 1-1 record for both of them. Not the end of the world. Then, speaking of Bonger 27, he also lost his week 2, and he also lost his week 3 and his week 4, and then of course he got too busy for the league, as happens so often. Yeah, definitely don't want to stand in the way of any career goals there, so thanks for playing, Bonger 27. Maybe you can return for future seasons, we shall see. But yeah, was just unlucky. This one was very close against the South Coast Snowscapes. I'm sorry, once again, I'm gonna have to look up the name there. Who are the South Coast Snowscapes? Ah, that's Howell, right? We've got How and we've got Howell. Interesting names there. But yeah, Howell with the week 2 win. Let's see how Howell did on week 1. Where are the Snowscapes? I can't see them. There they are. Oh, he lost 1 against Bespoke Foil. Interesting. Yeah, speaking of Bespoke Foil, who's our next match, like, I'm really surprised. I thought he was going to do better than this, but yeah, the first 2 weeks and first 3 weeks even did not go to plan because he Harmony did so many matches in advance. Oh yeah, right. He wait, why does I thought Bespoke Foil had 3 losses already. Anyway, seems like I'm wrong. Yeah, lost both week 1 and week 2. Week 2 against the Blind Bandits, and this was also a wild match. This was like, he basically won that Bespoke Foil, and then for no reason Blind Bandit managed to turn it around. And yeah, more on that later. That's all I'm gonna say. Right, speaking of Blind Bandits, I think lost his week 1 against Harmony. No shame there. But 1 is week 2 and also 1 is week 3. So he's at 2-1 now, winning against Bonger 27. So definitely happy to see it because Blind Bandits is so enthusiastic for the league and we love to see it. And yeah, maybe let's see how far it can go. And for Bespoke Foil, I'm pretty sure he's gonna make the comeback. If he doesn't get completely reverse swept by Mimikyu. Then Rich's Crackers winning against Attila. You hate to see it. I mean, you don't hate to see Rich's Crackers win, but we definitely hate to see Attila lose. But yeah, I think he said himself he wasn't really prepared for this match. And yeah, you never really know what to expect from Attila. He's always in there for the fireworks, crazy sets. And yeah, this season in Oshawott League seems to be no different. So expect some more fun matches out of him. Looking forward to his next one against Starvin Pick, by the way. Speaking of Starvin Pick, we have the Wellington Ho-Oh. Yeah, as I said, he had a good week 1 against Gion with some crazy sets that also worked out for him. Didn't reveal the Hurricane on Slitherwing, but he had it, which was very nice. And yeah, on week 2, this match was so crazy. He played against Siroga, and we're gonna come to Siroga in a bit. But like, everything went Siroga's way. Like, it was crazy. Like every single play was just hit after hit after hit after hit. Like, yeah, Starving Pig never got going in that one. And there wasn't really any hacks involved, but Siroga is just on a roll right now. So Siroga won week 1 against Rich Crackers. I'm not sure if I saw that match, but I saw the week 2 where he just completely steamrolled Starving Pig after his week 1 win. And it was just crazy. Yeah, I'm excited. Like Siroga is probably most exciting newcomer, I guess, apart from Harmony in Oshawott League in the first couple of weeks. Like he's coming out of the gate quick with 2 huge wins, and is also seems to be quite ambitious. So let's see how it goes. But yeah, I can't really say much now because, yeah, as I said, this was just a huge game for him. We shall see. Definitely seems a good candidate for the win here in Oshawott League so far. And with his Diancie as the signature. Interesting pick as well. Then we got Sceptor Bird, who took a loss on week 1 against Anubion, and then managed to make the comeback in week 2 against Tails DK. And Tails DK, surprisingly, has not gotten his footing yet. He lost to Attila, then lost to Sceptor Bird. Still expecting him to make a comeback a little bit in the coming weeks, probably, but we shall see. Then I think I missed a match here. JT versus Berlin Bralums. Now, JT won against Anubion, which is a good win. So as you can tell, we have many one-on-one coaches here as well. But yeah, he lost won against Anubion. That's a good win. Anu won his week 1 against Scepterbird, whereas who did JT? JT lost to Jactus. Yeah, Jactus also has a good season so far. Like he has made some matches in advance and looks good for him. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Yeah, let's check out the match. JT versus Anu. I'm interested. Didn't see that yet. Anu in his week 1 made a huge comeback with Skeledirge, which meant that Skeledirge was our Mon of the Week for week 1. Let's see how this one went. Right, gets huge damage off on Gudra early, but sacks his Lycanroc does in the process. Takes out the Cryo. Yeah, seems like Chandelure put in huge work there. Wow, Chandelure is just completely wrecking Anu there. Wow, how did Anu manage to get this so close? Was this Skeledirge again? Jesus Christ. I wonder at plus how much was he? Oh, he was only at +1 at this point. Yeah, this would have been the second week in a row where Skeledirge just managed to bring him back from the depths there. But at least Skeledirge meant that it was not a huge loss. So yeah, Skeledirge definitely Mon of the week so far, or Mon of the season so far for Anu. Also tops the league-wide kill standings right now, I believe, which is very cool. All right, then let's take a look at the standings. No surprise there. We got right now we got Harmony in the lead because he also made his week 3 already, 3 wins, clean record so far. But yeah, then we got Siroga with +9 at 2 wins. Huge start to the season. Then we got, as I said, Jactus making a very good start as well. Oh, then we got who was that again? Was that Howell? Yeah, Howell. Oh, interesting. Howell also at 2-0. Did not even know that. 2 close wins, but definitely good start. Then we got Blind Bandits also with a good start. And then we got a huge, just like last season, it looks very, very even, the field, because right now, like, okay, Bongo dropped. Yeah, I'll give you that one. Bongo won't make a comeback. But Bespoke Foil, it's 0-3 now, but he made his match against Harmony already, and I believe he won that. So as you can see, the last place beat the first place here, so everything is possible in this league. It's very evenly matched, and I'm hugely excited to see how this field is gonna end up being, because I can see almost everyone making playoffs there. And yeah, you're probably gonna see Zeroga, Jactus, Harmony. These guys are gonna make playoffs, I'm pretty sure. But apart from that, I can't really judge Howl because I haven't seen them play yet. But apart from that, it's really wide open, the field, I believe. Like Anu is definitely gonna make a comeback. I'm pretty sure. Anu, you would expect Anu to make playoffs probably, and it's gonna be exciting. I can't wait to find out how this is gonna go. All right, and I'm nearing the end of my capacity to talk, as you guys have probably noticed already. Let's just quickly go over Wi-Fi, as we can't really say much about the games because unfortunately we are unable to see them, but we have a little bit of a surprise on week 1. Shadow Glade lost to Dashing Septiles. I mean, Dashing Septiles is a good player, we knew that, but Shadow Glade is definitely one of the favorites, I would think, at the start of the season at least. And he lost very, very narrowly to Dashing Septiles there. Then we have our reigning Threats Division champ DTN against Adam and the McChesney Park Slowpokes. I guess that's how you pronounce it, not sure. And Adam came out on top there, 2-0. All these matches were very close. Also, we have Spooks against Scary there. Also very close win. Spooks got 2 kills with Pseudo Voodoo. What the actual hell? Which, by the way, is his signature. I'm not sure how this is going to go for him, like in a strong division like this with Pseudo Voodoo as the signature. But yeah, on week 1 it worked out. And Scary had a little bit of an unfortunate Jenning incident or transfer incident with her, what's it called, Spectria. Which came out with the wrong moveset. Like, it didn't even have Shadow Ball, it just has Double Edge or something crazy like that. Still managed to get a kill, but yeah, I don't know if that had was the reason why she lost, but yeah, she definitely did lose to Spooks there. And then we have Absolute with another strong week 1 showing, beating Brett, our not so hungry anymore champion Brett. Like, he was never PWC champion, but he was CPL champion more than once, and he also had some strong PWC seasons, namely last one, for example, where he had a very good regular season at least. And yeah, this gives us the following standings. Like, this is completely, what can you say about this? It's only 1 week and it was all so close. So yeah, we shall see how it develops as the season goes on. Moving on to Pearl Clan. Pearl Clan had some delayed matches. Huge win for Graf Payne against Final Gambit Shedinja with a close win there. Then we have Eli the Rebel defeating Void on week 1, which, yeah, that's definitely a good win, I would say. Void made playoffs in Threat Division last season. Oh, and then we got Muna Bloom. I mean, you would have to think Muna Bloom is the favorite here. Like, we were really not sure where to put Muna Bloom because he probably should have been in Diamond Div, but we only have so many spots and we're not gonna leave Muna Bloom out. So yeah, he's in Pearl Div, and he definitely showed why he was in Typhlosion League or Tusk Division last season, which was our Premier Division, beating Firemaster MT50. Huge win. And then we got Master Joful, our last season early frontrunner in Threat Division, who fell off a little bit in the later half of the season. But yeah, he definitely came out of the gate strong again in this one. 3-0 victory over our newcomer Hynex. And I'm also interested to see how Hynex will do in this season as it goes on. All right. Yeah, this were your Pearl Clan week 1 matches, and these are the standing. Also, not much to talk about there. And right now, the only thing left to do is naming our Mon of the Week as well as our Match of the Week. And we are going to start with the Match of the Week, for which we have to go back to Dartrix League. And yeah, we already played it earlier. It is going to be Leonard versus Red X there with the huge comeback by Delmice. We watched it earlier. It was just crazy to me. Like, it looked so hopeless. What a roller coaster. And then he brings it back with Delmice of all mons. Like, I've never seen I mean, you know that Dalmais learns sword stance, but together double dance with rapid spin, crazy. Never seen it before. Like, to be fair, Red X definitely had his hand in this, but I'm not sure. Maybe he just couldn't prevent it. Who knows? But either way, it was a huge roller coaster and definitely well-deserved match of the week for me, which leaves us with the last thing, and that's going to be the mon of the week, and that's going to be, like in week 1, it's going to be Oshawott League again, and there's just no way around. Like Delmais, to be fair, Delmais could have been mon of the week as well, but there was one reverse sweep that was even crazier than what Delmais did, and this was Blind Bandit's Mimikyu in the match against Bespoke Foil, and we're going to go through that now. Like, this match was hopelessly lost for Blind Fangs. Like, nothing was going his way. He lost his Greninja to a prediction there with the Dazzling Gleam on Braviary. Then he lost his Clodsire. Then he lost his Circuitry. Like, nothing was going his way. The Delmais got denied by Cotton, whatever thingy. And then there it starts out of nowhere. Like, down to the last 3 months. Dubwool at plus 1 million with Cotton Guard. Probably only had Body Press, so it couldn't touch the Mimikyu. So that forced Bespoke Foil to switch out there. But he's got a full health Scizor left. Like, what is Mimikyu gonna do now? Just looks so hopeless. All 6 mon. Everything in good health apart from the Gastrodon. And there we go. Blind Fags clicks Sword Stance, which is a nice play, definitely the right play in this situation because you can't really lose much anymore. Probably have to bank on this Dubwool not being able to hit you, and he did just that. But still, in comes the Scizor. You would expect Scizor to lose to beat this Mimikyu with 2 bullet punches now, right? But then it happens. I guess it just was meant to be or something. He gets a critical hit on this Shadow Claw, which means that he's now in range of Shadow Sneak for the next hit. And that's exactly what happens because he outspeeds Scizor naturally, so the Shadow Sneak is going to be quicker. Yeah, and from there it's just all downhill. It is Life Orb, but yeah, obviously it's going to knock out Como-O if it has. It's going to knock out the Cerulege with Shadow Sneak. Crazy. The Life Orb definitely came into play there. I doubt it would have been strong enough without the Life Orb to kill Cerulege, which is quite bulky. But yeah, Life Orb came into play there. Kills Gastrodon. Just completely brings the game back, which is crazy. Kills Braviary as well. And there, in comes the Dubwool. And Dubwool is so thick, it's actually gonna live the hit here. And even live another one with a good damage roll. Took 53 on the first and 46 on the second. So that's nice. And yeah, this means that in very cineastic fashion, like a true movie hero, after bringing the game back single-handedly, Mimikyu is gonna die with the last hit. Wow, what a cool performance by Mimikyu. And definitely there was no way around Mimikyu for this week's Mon of the Week. And that's a well-deserved week 2 Mon of the Week as well. All right, congrats to Blind Fangs for the good start to the season and for Mon of the Week for week 2. This is gonna be it. I can't talk anymore. This is crazy. I'm not a guild type of person that can talk for ages with no breaks in between, and this probably showed as well. But I hope you enjoyed it still. Please leave any suggestions what I could do better for this one for the next weeks, and I hope you will tune in then as well. See you guys in the next one.